Hey mamas, papas, and everybody in the crew. Welcome to today's video. I'm April, and today we're going to be talking about a product review of a transition table for your toddler. If you don't know what a transition table is, it's pretty much after your child is pretty much out of the high chair. You're not going to put them to a regular table just yet. You're going to transition them. And so usually these are used in like daycare facilities or places where there are a lot of children, like if your toddler is going to an actual school. So these products are for children who are usually 18 months and older. You wouldn't have a transition table exactly for a child who's under 18 months because they're still pretty little. So we're going to be talking about this particular product. I'm going to put a picture of it on the screen, and I'm also going to be showing you videos throughout of us actually using the product with our toddler, and if it's something that I would recommend if you are looking for a new table for your baby. Hey there, I'm April, and I'm a mommy blogger of accordingtoapril.com, where we focus on all things motherhood related, including toddler products, pregnancy, and just overall motherhood style, life for the millennial mom in this day and age. Make sure to subscribe to my blog. I will link everything in the description box below. Make sure you click the like and subscribe button so that you are part of the crew and know every time that I release a video for you guys, all right? The Humble Crew kids table, and we got the set with 4 chairs. Okay, we got it in gray because that's just like a very neutral color and it goes along with the color scheme of our home. So we got the gray, but it comes in multiple colors. I will link the product below so that you can check it out. And so now I'm going to be going into the pros and cons of it because I didn't even really know about a transition table. I'm a first-time mom, so a lot of things that I'm going through is like I'm just finding out randomly, like, oh, he's too big for the high chair. Oh, he needs to be at a table. Oh, I didn't know that. So I'm going to be sharing it with you because there are a lot of parents, trust me, especially nowadays, that just don't be knowing. Okay, so let's start with the pros. One of the things that I love about the table is that the chairs are very, very sturdy. My husband and I obviously are adults, okay? And when we sit in the chair, we do not have to worry about if we're going to fall through or worry about if we are going to feel confident in it breaking. They're very, very steady. You know, my husband and I, like I said, we are over like 150 pounds each. And so we can sit at the table with our son and eat with him, which he really enjoys. I mean, yes, it'd be hurting our knees, you know, we ain't got Meg Thee Stallion knees, but we really enjoy it. And we are comfortable and confident knowing that we can sit there with him and he feels like he's becoming a part of the family. Because usually when they're in the high chair, they're a little high up, but now that he's actually sitting at a table, it just really makes him feel like a big boy. So that's one of the pros of getting the table, is that it's very sturdy. Adults can sit in there. Now, I don't know real, you know, weight max requirements. My husband and I are not, you know, plus size people. So just use discretion, okay? Like, do not, if you're like a certain weight, just use discretion, okay? I'm just gonna say that. I will say another pro is that our son took to the table very, very quickly. Once we put it together, he like automatically knew like it was his table, and so he just started playing there, doing his stuff there, and we really didn't have to say like, you know, Noah, this is your table. Like, he just knew that it was his table, and he does a lot of stuff there. He'll eat there, he'll draw there, so you don't have to worry about them like not being able to take to the table. I think most kids, all kids are pretty smart, and they know that if this is level enough for them, that it's theirs. But you don't have to worry about it. He took to it very, very easily, which was nice because then we didn't have to go through the whole association. Like, as soon as we put it together, he was sitting at it, drawing. He knew what it was. He knew what it was. Let's get into some cons now. Cleaning is my number one con with the table. So obviously we have a toddler and stuff gets stained on there so easily. It is so difficult to clean that table. I've tried scrubbing it. I don't want to use real harsh products because I don't want to take away the paint. But I mean, like when he eats dinner, we really try to clean it up immediately. But sometimes there's just like caked on stuff that I can't get off of. So if you have any advice on how to clean up that table because you have it, let me know in the comment section below, because I am on the struggle bus with that, and we have tried everything but real harsh chemicals. So we don't use like any abrasive products, like no soft scrub, none of that the vinegar, nothing. We just try to use regular soap and water because it's obviously a kid's table, to really try and clean it. But if you have any other alternatives, let me know in the comments so that we can clean it up. But that's one of my biggest gripes, is that it is tough to just get things off of it. It's just stuck. It's not coming off. The next con is that it stains really, really easily. So within 20 minutes of us getting the table, my son had a pen, because you know he's at the stage where he's like drawing imaginary lands on all over the house, and so he drew on the table and I saw him do it. I couldn't even get that off, so now there's a big old pen mark on the table that I cannot get off, and I'm like and I've tried everything. So just be mindful that if you eat foods or your child like paints and does crazy stuff, it's going to be pretty permanent. Like I said, even trying to get stuck on food is hard. So I knew that if he scratched it, it would be difficult to get off. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. I don't know if it's the particular color that we have, like the coating, but if you are going to get this table, just know that stains and food particles, it's just going to be really difficult to get off. And like I said, we haven't tried abrasive cleaning products because, you know, it's for a baby. It's not like it's for adults. So that's another thing to be mindful of. I would say that the last con, at least for me, is that there's not those little sticky circle, like little pads to keep the table from moving. Sometimes people put the table on like carpet, but we have the table in our kitchen, and so the table moves very, very easily. I mean, obviously we can buy the little pads to put under there, but it would be nice if they included it just so that it doesn't move. I think that's another reason why I will say that even though you'd have to put the little pads under there, it's very sturdy. I mean, it's hit a lot of our other appliances in the home, including the 4 chairs, don't have those little tabs that you could put underneath to keep it from being so mobile. So that's another thing just to be mindful of, is that if you are going to get the table and chairs and you're going to put it in a place where there's like hardwood floor and there's nothing to really provide traction or friction, then you're going to have to get the little sticky things to go under them. And I'll put a picture of what I'm talking about, because I don't know the real name, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, girl. Would I recommend you get this product for your child? I mean, overall, yes. I mean, it's a good table. We haven't had any issues with it. He sits at it, we sit at it, we have good time, and it's all about making memories at this point in age with them. But I would make sure that you cover it really well, or if you can find a special cleaner for it, you clean it up like multiple times per day, and just make sure they get the little slide thing so that it doesn't move around. But overall, it's a decent table. I mean, they're only going to be at the table for a minimum amount of time, because eventually they'll be big enough where they can either sit at a booster at the table, or they'll be able to sit at the table, but who's ready for that, right? So overall, I would recommend it, but just be mindful of those things. But it's a good solid table, And if you're in the market for a transition table, a toddler table, that would be something that I would recommend. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have, make sure you click the subscribe button, girl, and join the crew. I would love to have you. Make sure to click the links below because I've included the table that I talked about, as well as make sure you're joining my email list because weekly I give out products that are on sale that you should know about, moms, papas, and everyone in the crew. So if you're not a part of my email list, make sure to subscribe below. And for all things according to April.com, you will find them in the description box below. Until next time, take care. Bye.